Brought to you by GTA. We start with you.
A Guam delegation testifies before the United Nations Fourth Committee on Decolonization with several senators, Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio, Decolonization Executive Director Melvin Wampat Borja, and members of Independent Guam keeping their messaging consistent. The United States, as the administering power over Guam, has kept the island in political status limbo by refusing to move forward on decolonization. Petitioners to the committee touched on the military buildup in the Dave Davis case that has essentially dealt what could be a killing blow to the native inhabitant plebiscite Chamorros would enact to decide which political status they want moving forward.
Our journey to be present here when this committee convenes is not a chance to bemoan before the world monotonous recitations of victimhood, but rather a serious occasion to join in and witness the sheer tenacity of ourselves, alongside fellow colonized peoples, unrelentlessly asserting our existence.
The system of the colonizer is designed to eradicate indigenous cultures and rights. We know defeat is too often the verdict for the colonized when their case is tried in the colonizer's court. Despite this, the sovereignty movement continues to grow. In response to this court decision, thousands of Chamorros and allies marched through the streets of Guam to demonstrate the demand for self-determination.
The continued militarization of Guam, along with the growing numbers of immigrants seeking the American dream, has resulted in the undeniable displacement of the indigenous people of Guam.
We suffer toxins in our soil and water that lead to cancers and other debilitating diseases from which we lose family members, when family is everything, and elders are the holders of wisdom gathered through the millennia. How much wisdom dies with them.
Another common theme throughout testimony before the committee, climate change. Senator Regine Bisco-Lee.
But for many non-self-governing territories, our lack of sovereignty is a major obstacle to effectively, quickly, and holistically turning the tide on this global crisis.
Each petitioner from Guam also pushing for the UN to take the next step in supporting Guam's decolonization. Senator Kelly Marsh-Titano's Chief of Staff, Ricky Orsini.
It is imperative that you approve a visiting mission to Guam and act with great and meaningful urgency to finally help break the chains of colonialism.
The Guam delegation also asked for the UN to hold its annual Committee of 24 regional seminar on Guam. There isn't an expected timeline for a UN response, although sites for regional seminars are determined in the spring. For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Brought to you by GTA. We start with you.